John, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing well. Happy to see you again.
Likewise, likewise. You're out in Oregon, correct?
I am. I'm in Portland, Oregon today, home
Portland,
of
Oregon.
uh, home of great beer.
Now, are you having any of that great beer this morning for you?
It's a little early for me. I'm still on coffee.
Okay. Well, coffee's a liquid lunch sometimes too. I'm having Chimay Reserve. Well, actually, Chimay Premier. This is a Trappist ale brewed by monks in Belgium. It's a real classic. They've been brewing it and selling it to the community first in like 1815. All the proceeds go back into the community, and man, it is delicious. So, cheers to you.
Cheers. Wish I was there.
Yeah, me too, man. It's been a while.
The virtual world is great in some instances, but it's hard to like taste beer across the screen.
It is. It is. Well, thank God for all this technology. Otherwise, we'd be in a mess right now.
Yeah, just sitting home alone with nothing to do.
Playing tiddlywinks. But instead, I get to talk to you in Oregon, face to face, essentially. And we get to
Yeah.
talk about some great products today.
And how is the beer?
Beer's delicious. I love it. It's a little. You can't drink too many of them. They'll put a hurting on you, and it's a giant bottle. So I'm going to go very slow and share this with people in the studio.
Sounds like a good plan.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. We're here today with our Thursday liquid lunch at Broadfield. Thank you for joining. Today we have John Bowder, who is with LaCie. He's going to talk a bit about the new one big dock that we have. It's a great product, and John's got a lot to share. How are you doing over there, John?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
Hanging in there. All the COVID stuff, still making it through. Um, it's nice to be with you today. So, you said my name's Jonathan. I'm a sales rep with LaCie. I've been with LaCie and Seagate for over 11 years, and um, you know, really understand the products and the workflows. And I'm happy to share our newest product with you today, our One Big Dock and One Big Dock SSD Pro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about it. I've got a little bit of experience fiddling about with it. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Lee Malik. I'm the product champion for LaCie here at Broadfield Distributing. And I felt like I've got a good background on it, but Jonathan has such a wealth of information that he's really the person that you want to hear from about this. So, you know, take it away, Jonathan.
All right, let's go ahead and start the slideshow. So this is really two separate products. So we have the One Big Dock, which is a hard drive version, and then we have the One Big Dock Pro, which is an SSD version. And they're slightly different for the use cases that you're going to be using them in. And so, I'll start out with some of the similarities, and I'll go into some of the differences of the individual products. You can see the One Big Dock is 4 to 16 terabytes, and then the SSD version is 2 to 4 terabytes. And they're both a docking station and a hard drive combined in one. And so can you go to the next slide, please? With this docking station, we actually have way to power your laptop at the same time. And so you can charge it, you can double charge basically the device by plugging your laptop power supply directly into the extra Thunderbolt port on the back, and then also plugging in the power supply for the drive, and that gives you up to 80 watts of power for your MacBook Pro. And
Okay.
then go ahead and change the slide. If you don't want to do that, you can have the just power delivery. It's 45 watts directly through the Thunderbolt cable. That, for the big the 15-inch MacBook Pros, not full power for charging, but it will keep you going for a long time on a battery charge. You can also have this connected and be plugged into your regular power supply if you don't mind giving up a port on your laptop. So it gives you really a lot of options for how you want to connect your laptop and power up your devices. And then the next slide, yeah, thank you. It's also with the 5-in-1 docking station. The other thing we have is the Displayport 1.4. So this is the current version of Displayport, and it supports up to 8K monitors. So you can do 720, 1080, up to 8K at 60 hertz, and this just passes through with one cable to your computer. I use this at home a lot because I really dislike dongles.
Okay.
So having a MacBook Pro, I have a whole I have a whole zipper case full of dongles,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a pain to get them out all the time. And so when I'm at home with this device, it's really great. One cable from this device, and I've got power. I've got my second monitor. I've got card readers built in. I've got a hot USB port so I can plug in, external drives, bus powered drives. I can charge my phone, my iPad. It's really, having that docking station is just really convenient to not have to mess with a lot of other peripherals or dongles.
Now, quick
Go ahead, go to
question.
the thing.
Can,
Yeah.
if you were so inclined, could these be daisy chained? And if so, how many could you chain together?
Yeah, with Thunderbolt, you can connect up to 6 devices in a daisy chain, all passing through. And so, since this has dual Thunderbolt ports on the back, you can connect, combination of other drives, card readers, monitors, um, graphics cards, external graphics cards, anything you want through that chain, as long as it doesn't exceed 6 devices.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. So first, I'm going to dive in a little bit on the 1big Dock SSD Pro. This is NVMe SSD. So the Seagate FireCuda SSD is powering this. With this NVMe SSD, you can get up to 2,800 megabytes a second reads, up to about 2,100 megabytes a second writes. And for those high resolution workflows, this really gives you the speed to edit those, to move those, to manipulate those. And it comes up to 4 terabytes. So it's pretty decent capacity for those large type files. Go ahead and change the slide, please. And you can see that with the docking station for the SSD Pro version, it has also built in a CFast 2.0 card slot, CF Express card slot, and an SD card reader. So these are built in, so one less thing you have to pull out of your laptop bag or kit. You don't need to get a reader out to connect those to your computer and offload the data off of those cards. That, along with the USB hub, so if you have any other type of card reader like a Red Mini Mag, you can go ahead and plug that in if you want. And just, it really is meant to be kind of a workflow solution. So it sits on your desk, and you don't have to keep switching stuff around or changing your connections. It really makes it easy just to work and not have to worry about what's connected to your computer.
Yeah,
These.
it's
Go ahead.
always a good thing to kind of limit points of failure, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, with this, we have it's all aluminum to help dissipate heat. We have ultra quiet Noctura brand fans in it, so the thermal regulated fan in the back to help keep things cool, and it's really quiet. So in a studio setting, you're not going to have a lot of background noise from this device, especially with the SSD version. There's no moving parts. We also have a integrated cooling surface on that NVMe SSD so that you don't get thermal throttling during long transfers or long editing processes or renders,
Which
and that
can be
really
an,
helps.
sorry, which can be an issue with NVMEs would be thermal throttling.
Yeah, so we have a really large cooling surface on the top of the I don't know. Can you pull out the tray real quick on the SSD and kind of
Yep,
show while I talk about that?
absolutely.
Um, that really helps keep that speed up so you can keep working at max performance. And so the NVMe itself is not very large, but that large cooling surface on the front really helps keep it able to run at full speed in the toughest workflows. And then in the box, we've got the device, we've got a Thunderbolt cable, the user manual. Um, this also comes with LaCie's Rescue. Both of these come with LaCie's Rescue warranty. And so what that means is that for 5 years, not only is the product covered for failure or defect, but we'll actually recover your data any one time during that 5 year period. So it doesn't even have to be device failure. If you accidentally just delete all your files and you want to use that recovery instance, you can go ahead and send it in to us, and we'll bring it into our clean room environment and get that data back and then send it back to you. I still recommend a backup. We're at about 90% success overall with our service, but having a backup is your best first line of defense against any data loss. We just have this as an extra security blanket, because life happens. Even with backups, things can happen.
Yeah, being able to cover user error is huge. I mean, I know I've made plenty of those with hard drives in the past.
Yeah, the points of failure are many. Usually, the instance of data loss, over 50% of data loss has nothing to do with hardware failure. User error, corruption, virus attack, that kind of thing accounts for the bulk of people having data loss incidents. So we just want to give a little help out to those people who end up in situations that are where they might be facing a terrible loss.
And that is, to me, one of the things that sets LaCie apart is the data recovery.
One last thing I want to call out about the SSD version is this is not backwards compatible to USB-C or USB 3.0. While it has a USB 3.0 hub in the front that's powered, you need to connect this to a Thunderbolt device. With that high-speed NVMe, it just didn't make sense to make it backwards compatible to a much slower connection.
Yeah, the USB-C would definitely bottleneck that transfer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
All
good.
right, so let's talk a little bit about the HDD version. So our 1big dock, this is our desktop version for hard drive speeds up to 16 terabytes. And so if you've got lower resolution workflows, if you're a photographer, YouTube video, it comes with the Iron Wolf Pro hard drive. That's part of why we have 5 year warranty on it, and our data recovery warranty. And then go ahead and switch slides. This device has a lot of the same features, although with the dock on this one, it comes with an SD card reader and a compact flash card reader instead of the higher end cards that's on the SSD Pro model. Being a slower device with a spinning hard drive up to 260 megabytes a second, it really doesn't lend towards those more professional quality card types. And so the SD card and the compact flash card are still the most popular card by volume in the market. And so this is fully compatible with that. Has the same power pass through, same thermal regulated design, same quiet fan, same 5 year warranty with data recovery. This one is actually, though, backwards compatible to USB. So you can connect this to USB 3.0 or USB Type C with an included adapter cable, and that allows you to use this on other computers that aren't quite as state of the art or don't have that Thunderbolt connection.
This really is a question of user need. Do you need speed or do you need capacity?
Yeah, what's your workflow? And so we think a lot about what the workflow is, how people are going to use this device in the field, in their office, in their studio, and we try to make it fit that. And so this device is really made for that lower end workflow, and where the other one's made for a little higher end workflow. Um, just to make it really simple, you can see it has the adapter cable in the box. Um, so it comes with everything you need right out of the box to connect to any computer you're going to use it with. It's ready to rock and roll, pre-formatted, and everything's included that you need.
Fantastic. Now, I guess in closing, who would you look, what would your target audience be for, say, the SSD?
Target audience for the SSD is anybody using higher resolution video, basically. If you're doing 4K, 6K, 8K video, you're going to want to have that better speed. It's going to be convenient to have those card readers built in and not have to plug in a bunch of card readers to your computer. You're going to be able to manage your data with this device a lot better in those high definition workflows.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. For the HDD, I look at this as being a photographer's dream. You could just plug any card that you have right into the dock and just ingest all of your photos. You don't have to worry about speed quite as much. I think this is fantastic for photographers.
Yeah, it's fun. It also would work great for backup, and I find that I use it mostly to kill my dongles.
Again, the
It's
great
great
dongle
not
killer.
to bag out when I come home. You just plug in the one cable and everything works, and I have access to card readers and USB ports, and so I really enjoy that part of it even more than having just the connected storage space.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, you've been a pleasure to have with us. I really thank you for all of your information. I know whenever I need a technical question answered, you're the man to go to. And I want to thank all of our dealers for watching and coming to Broadfield, and also want to make sure to invite you to the Telestream Wirecast next week. We're going to be here at the same time, probably drinking a different beer. It won't be me. I'm not sure who's going to be here. But again, thank you so much for watching. And Jonathan, you're the best. And I hope to see you in New York at some point in the near future, whenever it's safe again.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back and see you guys in person. It's been great virtually. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.
Great. Thank you.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers. So call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.